Last Day Saloon in Santa Rosa. And as I was just discussing with Billy, we first met at a club in San Francisco called the Last Day Saloon that was owned by the same guy that owns this, David Daher. And so here we are, full circle.
Well, Roy and I first met. He was part of a duo, Rogers and Bergen, with David Bergen, and I played in a band with David as well, called Lucky Strike. And David kept on telling the fellows in the band, "You got to hear my partner, Roy Rogers." And I'm thinking to myself, Roy Rogers? What kind of guy would call himself Roy Rogers? He'd say that he's the most incredible slide. Yeah, right, sure he is, yeah. Well, the first time I went to hear him, I was completely knocked out, and basically I badgered him until he hired me as a bass player, so there you go.
I met Roy actually a long time ago, and I don't really remember
Last Day
under
Saloon,
what
maybe.
circumstances. Was it?
I think I met you at the Last Day Saloon
probably
in the
20.
city.
Really? It was probably about 20 years ago.
Actually,
Because we were playing down, I sat in, you were playing in a band that was playing downstairs.
And you sat in? Are you kidding me?
I think that's where I first met you.
I thought you told me that he'd just been kicked out of the club, and he was trying to get back.
With the hair club?
Misrepresenting himself in some manner, and that you
Now let him speak.
tried
We
to
gotta
help
let him
him.
speak.
Has he, he's had his turn, right?
Yeah.
I'm correct in this assumption.
Could have butted in.
So, well, apparently that's how I met Roy. I'll defer to his memory. I'll defer to anybody's memory, for that matter.
These two guys are you know, a great rhythm section to individually. They played with a lot of different people, as well as just this band. And you know, when we're a trio, so we go. I tell people, you know, within a trio format, it's really together, but it's loose. We keep it loose because we can go a lot of different places. There's a lot of visual cues, musical cues, and we can just turn on a dime when you're playing in a trio like this.
Well, I think the most important thing about the on-stage performance is that it be communication between the band members. It's just like a communication model in that unless you get feedback, you can't really get your point across. And that feedback from the audience reinforces what we do on stage and basically pushes us on.
It's a heads-up gig. It's a challenging gig. It's not the sort of gig where you can just sit back and close your eyes and groove. You have to remain vigilant. It's sort of like they call them lighthouse gigs, because you have to go like this the whole time, and you can't stop because anything could happen. I mean, the songs have defined intros and endings, but anything can happen. You know, it's a free-for-all in the middle.
Basically, I've been making Roy sound better than he actually does for a long time, 3 decades now. That's not an easy task.
That woman never tell me the truth.